Good afternoon there, everybody. Silver Dragon here. Going to be doing another alpha game gameplay video preview for you guys. This one's going to be for Factorio. Yes, Factorio! An interesting little game where we are, well, either sent or basically crash land on this planet, and we're supposed to, build giant factories and, prep this planet for colonization in a sense. And of course, while doing so, we have to, fight off all the alien life forms and all them evil peoples trying to stop us. Now, I'm going to be starting generally from the beginning for you guys. I've already advanced quite far in the sandbox portion of this game, so I've chosen a little area separate from my actual base to do some of the basics for you guys so you can get a general feel of the gameplay. Of course, I have some also little advanced tools there, and if I load up, and I also have a bunch of starting resources I brought with me to kind of get things moving. Okay, so first thing you're going to want to do in this game is, well, we need to set up some basic, producing factories in a sense. So I'm going to build myself a stone furnace, which is the first type of furnace that you were able to acquire. Now, the interesting thing is, even though the furnace would, let me say, this iron axe here, which I actually do need several of, the iron axe costs 3 iron plates and 2 iron sticks. Now, iron sticks cost 1 iron piece for 2 of them. Now, if I were to select this, it would build the prerequisite resources first and then the items. So you don't have to build oh, now I have to build all these sticks and then I can build this. It'll do all that automatically for you. So that's quite useful. Okay, I actually want to get rid of that. Oh shit, and here are the alien life forms I was talking about that don't want you here. Luckily, I do have a machine gun right now, so I'll be taking care of these guys. In which case, since they are going to be a bit of a nuisance, maybe I should extend the power over here and give me a little bit of defensive cover from these critters while I show you some of the basics. So I guess I'll show you a little hint of my actual base, even though I'm not going to go in and show you everything quite yet. I want to get some of these basics out there first before I do that. Don't want to go for medium ones? Oh shit, here they come. Damn aliens! Wire reach of 9, where this one has a wire reach of what? 8. It does a 5x5 area. Well, we get a couple of these ones done as they're in between cables. So let me head down here and steal some power quickly. Now there is also a turret area over here, a couple turrets, and I really don't want to piss them off. So let me just go over here so I can start. I have to go closer, I guess, to actually show or grab that. Come on, there we go. Oh. No, destroy that. Can I make me go any closer than that? That's for later. Rage. Oops, so I need a few more than just that, it seems. So you see it's building all the basic resources, the wood, the wire, and then assembling it into a complete device. And I can assemble my device where I select it with the right mouse button and then disassemble it with the left if I do not like where it's at. So yeah, this is an advanced thing. You'd have to set up a power source first, and then you would gain access to, these poles and the actual transmitting of power and all that kind of thing. I'm doing it now just because I want to set up a little bit of a defensive line here while we're playing around, so as not to disrupt us in our efforts to, or in my efforts to show you some of the basics here. I need one more. There we go. Okay, so we'll pop this guy down here. Let me put that back on here. Let's build a whole lot of rounds. I'm gonna need them. There we go, I should do. We'll build 3 little sentry turrets here to defend this area while I show you this stuff. Anyway, so the absolute basic thing you're going to want to make is a stone oven, which of course requires stone in order to do it, which unfortunately I have coal, I have copper, and I have iron here, but I do not have any stone veins nearby, so that's why I brought some spare with me. Now, when you get a stone furnace here, of course, you can walk up to, when you start off, you only start off with a pickaxe, like 2 pickaxes, and then that's it. That's all you start off with. And you would have to go up to this iron ore and left click and just mine it yourself to get all the basics, or go over to this iron ore, just kind of mine away at it to get what little of the basics you need. And once you have some of those, you would go in here, you'd right-click it to pull up this menu. You'd move the coal into here to give it a power, and then you would move the iron ore in to smelt it down into these iron plates here, of course, which I brought a bunch of myself anyway. And as time goes by, well, let me just place these turrets here quickly to defend us against the hordes of alien bastards trying to invade our premises and murder us. Now, 3 turrets, I don't have a lot of faith that 3 turrets are going to hold them off very well. But we'll see what happens. Now, after you get that basic done, which is the stone furnace, you'll be doing a lot of manual digging. You'll want to get yourself something that's, you want to automate this a little bit. You don't want to be digging all this stuff all the time, having to dig just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of that. So the first step would be getting a burner mining drill, which takes coal and a bunch of different things, and starts digging up this material here. Now, I can just set this guy right here to mine some iron. Now, this requires fuel, which is also coal, in order to get it to work. But before I let it do that, I am going to set up another little thing here. Now, one of the other first things you'll get is one of these burner inserters. Now, an inserter is basically something that will grab something from an area and then put it in the area next to it. So, if I place this guy right here, let me just get a basic wooden chest for you guys. This is this is kind of the basic setup here. Okay, like so. So I take 7 of this, and it is now activated. I will take this 7, and the burner drill is now starting to dig in the iron here. And it will plop the iron down right in front of it there, and you can see the inserter picked it up and put it in the crate here. Now, if I wanted to make this a more of an automated process, let me take all this here. If I want to make this more of an automated process, let me pick that up. It also picks up anything that's inside of it. I could build what is called the transport belt. So I build a couple of those, as well as another burner inserter. Okay. And I'm going to tell it to, basically, I'm going to rotate this guy. And I'm going to have it go here. Now, what this is going to do is, it's going to take that now, and it's going to insert it into the burner. And the burner is then going to make this stuff, which I'm going to make another, let me set up another burner one here. Which my next burner inserter is then going to insert into this wooden chest over here. So now it's going to take the finished product from this furnace and put it in here for me, so I don't have to constantly go back and forth. This is the most basic of automation. Setting up the burner to produce, to bring over to an oven, to smelt it, and then put it in there. Now I can also set up another miner down at the coal fields here, and have the what's called here, the transport belt, bring it up here and put it in the furnace as well. That way it's completely automated. It's bringing both iron and coal to fuel this thing and get it up and running. Let me arm this guy. Okay. Now, you'll want to do this a couple times with a couple different furnaces to get to your basic resources. Excuse me. And I can, of course, just collect anything on the ground by hitting F. Just walking over and hitting F. Now, eventually, once you get a couple of these assembled, you're starting to pump out a lot of the basic resources, the copper plates from putting copper in there, or the iron plates. You're going to want to make yourself a basic power plant in order to provide power for all the various machineries, which I'm probably going to connect up to this as well. I'm going to put the power plant over here a bit, just so I can actually automate this a bit better and allow it to use the coal. Now, the second tier for that would be, for the miner at least, would be the electric mining drill, which is a lot more efficient, better machine, basically. So I'm going to build one of those, and in order to build a proper power plant, you need the steam engine, which is your main source of power, the boiler, which takes water and then heats it for the steam engine in order to make power, and then you need a couple of, you need the pump and maybe some pipes. Okay, so let's make a steam engine. I better get ready to defend this because they're going to be attacked soon with this since it's nighttime. So let's make a couple more electric poles first. A steam engine. Let's say, actually no, let's make 2 steam engines. And then a couple boilers. After that, a couple pipes. And then a pump. which is used to pump the water into that. Okay, so get ready to defend this area here against the alien onslaughts. Don't want to mess with them aliens. They're tough bastards. So you can see at the bottom left corner we have the queue, the progress bar of all this being created. On the very bottom is our quick slot. And then on the right we have our weapons and all the item selections and such. Now, I'm going to put the drill down here, so that's going to drill all this coal out for me. Obviously, it's not going to do much right now because I need to power that. I'm going to make a bunch of more of these. Oops, no, I didn't want to make a smart chest, but oh well, too late. So I'm going to make a bunch more of the transport belts here. Now, the easiest way to build them in a straight line is just to run. Like that. Okay. Oops. Of course, I can also mess up, so I'm going to hold the left button, mouse button, to remove those. Make a couple more transport belts. Okay. Alright, that'll work fine for the moment. I'll probably have to... You know what? Let's go like this, yeah. There we go, that works for me. Okay, now, first off, you gotta start off with a pump, which I'm gonna put right here, actually. That is facing the correct direction, you can kind of see. So this is the correct direction for that. Next, I need the boilers. And they go like so. Ah, do I want one more boiler? Yeah, let's get one more boiler going here. So I'll build that sucker. I was surprised we didn't get attacked over there. Anyway, so the boiler is now in place. Now I need 4 arms, and they're going to be electric arms, actually. So we're going to go 4 inserters. So these ones actually are powered by electricity. And then in between the burner and the actual device, we need to have at least 1 pipe. So we'll do it like that. Pipe. And then the steam engine. Now, of course, you can see these are like, why are we not? We are not plugged in. We are not plugged in. Danger, Will Robinson. So I need to hook these guys up to the power supply, and our actual power plant here to the power supply. So let me go over here. As long as the edge is touching it, it'll be fine. It's flashing red right now because there's no energy here. Oh, we're being attacked. Did they manage to defend us? Yeah, looks like they slaughtered the aliens handily. Yep, they're doing a good job. Okay, I can leave it to them. Okay, so we have... The main issue here, of course, is we have no fuel to start off with, so we need to put some fuel in these burners in order to get them running. You know what, yeah, I'm going to eliminate this guy right here. Let's bring out this again. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to start by fueling these burners by giving them some basic starter fuel. And that will allow them all to start powering up, start firing up, as it were. And that will start to heat the water. As you can see, this is now a temperature of 80 and rising up to 100. And that will then provide the steam engine with power, which is now connected to the power line. You can see this is now producing coal, which is going down the line and will, when necessary, be fed into the burners. Now, these guys here will only drag in 5 worth of coal to the engine, which is, I wish it would do more than that. I wish it would fill it up all the way to max even, almost at times, but it doesn't do that. So yeah, so the burners are going to keep burning, producing power for us, which allows us to then take the power from here and further, what's it called, further automate everything here. Let me hook up our power to our power now, so that should be a well sealed system. So that's just going to add additional power to my main system. So it'll be a good backup. So now if I wanted to, I could remove this burner drill and replace it with a much more efficient, like all of these with a much more efficient ones, as it were, and get all that up and running. Now that I showed you the basics about how you would just get your energy, this is how you get your energy, this is how you get your basic resources, and how you would, have them move all these into the containers where they're stored and then used to build more things, and so on and so forth. Is there anything else in the absolute basics I can show you guys is the question right now. Not really. Nothing in the absolute basics. So yeah, that's basically how you would start out your first base, starting to automate everything, create your factories, create defensive things. Well, the defenses you don't get till later. until you get the unlock the research lab, which you can actually do whenever you want, but it requires a bunch of stuff. So once you unlock the research lab, you get to research a bunch of stuff. I'm going to now go back to my main base here, guys, and show you some more of the advanced stuff. As you can see, we have much higher automation here. We have 4 iron, electric drills here. It's actually backlogged right now. We're quite backlogged on that. I actually have some ammo being produced here as well, so I'll take that regular ammo. You can see a much larger power station. These are radar. They actually scan the area and extend my map a bit. So you can see all this was kind of brought out by my radar scanning the area and kind of unlocking more. I think I can go there myself, but it helps a bit. Looks like the steam engine's running out. Now, as you can see, all of this is being fed off of a very tiny pond. The water is not limited, so this steam engine, you could just run it and run it. I'm sure eventually it will be limited. It'll start draining this lake, and you'll have to move the pump further and further or something. But as it is right now, it is not. So you can see all of this is leading to my crazy chain of burners, which are all currently out of fuel because I've been gone for a bit and have not had the chance to fuel them properly. Alright, let me get all these burners up and running. For some reason these guys are, oh yes, these guys are running off of plates right now. They were doing the what's it called? I'll just grab all this. I have this disconnected because, as I said, all the damn things load into the burner are like 5, and then that's it. 5 coal. So it's really a pain in the ass, honestly speaking. I really want them to load a lot more than that into these guys, but that's all they'll load, so... There may be a way to actually tell or get them to load more, but I'm not sure. Okay. Put the burners, activate all these lines. So you can see all of these lines are produced. They're basically going down. All this material is just going down the center. If you have a split line like this, it starts to divide it up. So iron goes on the right, copper goes on the left, and then coal would just go straight down the center and just take up whatever either or space and be passed on to each of these guys. So once they produce the materials in question, they are then going over to my sorting machines, which are leading to some auto crafting machines. And they're basically filling up these lovely gigantic chests here. Now I'm going to have to replace some of these with some faster material, or faster claws, because right now they're not really gathering that quickly. And it's definitely being a very slow process. Let me build 2 more fast inserters and 1 steel chest. I have a smart chest, which is 48 storage. Actually, what is the storage of a steel chest? 48. It's the same thing. So I'm not sure exactly. I don't even know what the smart chest does. But anyway. No, that won't quite work out, no, will it? Would you store it there, though, is the question. No, I'll just do it up here, actually. Okay, let me put you away for a second. So I'll put the smart chest there. And of course I have another steel chest, so I'm going to do another fast inserter here. Pull that guy up. Come on, pull it up. And I'm just going to have him start dragging it all into this stuff here. Maybe I can link smart chests together or something and transfer it in that way. Who knows, who knows. Now why aren't you working, my friend? Because you are lacking gears, something that I do not actually have in your chain right now, which is what is causing me a bit of a few headaches in this one. This is not a very well-designed automation system, sadly, so there is much room for improvement in this system. Much room indeed. Oh, is this thing not properly feeding in again? Let me start to grab some of this stuff here. Fill up this chest. There you go, my friend. That should kick this production back in again. So, as you can see, I have issues with this setup. I have lots of issues. Automation does not work that well with me at times. I am still quite inexperienced at it and working with a lot of this stuff to try and get it to work properly for me. But yeah, these are basically, what are they called? Oh man. These are assembling machines. They take things that you would craft in your inventory, like, say, chests, belts, and everything like that, and it will take the basic resources in one spot and then output those basic utilities. So it's basically just a automation in order to make an end product. So yeah, this is my what I've assembled so far for this little factory here. A couple defenses on either sides. The only ones actually getting action are the southern and north, especially the northeastern one. They get lots of action there. Okay, let me toss some coal in here. This guy here is producing blocks, stone bricks, which are pretty nice little material. Yeah, why aren't you actually? Are you having problems outputting? We having problems there, son. We having problems. Oh, because they have to wait for this thing. That's what the problem is. Okay. I could probably reassemble this whole thing to work much more efficiently. But yeah, this is definitely an interesting game and will appeal to a lot of people who like to, have these type of, almost city. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say city builder, but just to set up these like gigantic automated factories to make all these crazy products and such. Let me get some more bullets for my guns. Excuse me. Okay, now this guy requires this to run. This is the science lab. I can't show you the actual research tunnel or research table right now because it is. Excuse me, dear Lord, again. It is too busy building explosives researching explosives for me because I want to blow shit up. Mostly because of that little turrets up here. I have actual missile turrets that belong to the enemies, and they like to shoot me, and I do not like that they like to shoot me. So I have to, fight back a little bit. Oh, a coal? How the hell did a coal get through? That's slightly awkward. So yeah, to say the least, at this point, I have enough basic resources here that I could run this like you wouldn't even believe. I could run all of this just beautifully. But I am tempted to disconnect all of this and start, redoing this entire system here to make it much more efficient. Which is probably what I will end up doing. So yeah, that's basically what this game is about. It is just about, you start off with not very much. You start with a couple stone ovens and some burners, and you're having to go over and harvest coal and all this time just to get a few more iron plates to build another burner in order to supply the or make the your first boiler, and then finally from there you're gonna make your final one or your final items in that sense. And yeah, let's go check up on our new little base there and make sure everything is dandy, as it were. And I actually have a bunch of stuff in here too I can pick back up now that I left in here. I didn't want to have all this stuff on me when I was trying to show you guys some of the basics of it. So yeah, let's head back over to that nice little base of ours and see how things are going. See if it's still producing power properly. And oh yeah, we have a long chain of coal here, so it is supplying it properly with fuel. Lovely, lovely indeed. Available performance and its actual performance. So this is basically my backup engine. This thing runs all the time. So anytime I have problems with power and energy, this thing's going to provide it for me. Okay, maybe I can get one more actually on this thing. Maybe one more. Let's go chop down this tree. And yes, you can chop down trees as well. The wood is used in a couple of different things. Okay, let's hook this guy up. Also need to hook him up to the power supply. Let's see, it's still good. Temperature's still holding. I might be able to get one more on this guy. But I'll need to make a pipe. Let's go check up on the defenses, though. They just had a run-in with the guys. Ooh, they got hit hard. You boys got hit hard. There you go. There you go, my friend. Let me see. While I am producing, I want to produce one more. You know what? Let's produce 2 more turrets to defend this area. I'm going to assist them in dealing with these guys before they get near. I don't want them wasting their bullets right now. Okay. Now that I got that, I'm going to produce a good... Let's produce 40 bullets for these 2 turrets. Okay, I'll put that wall back in here. So I'm going to put these guys in like so. Alright, now obviously they have no... There we go, ammunition, so let's give them that. There we go, so we have a nice set of turrets there that are going to help defend that area. Did I attach that in here yet? No, I believe I was making another pipe so I could try doing so. Let me remove these from the queue so I can make that pipe. Okay. So you can spend many hours doing this, and there is a free demo of this game as well that you can pick up at Factorio.com. So even if you don't have the money to necessarily buy the alpha right now to get all these really cool things, even the demo with what limited content it has is incredibly fun. Okay, how's the water temperature near end here so far? Still at 100, so it's still performing quite a bit, quite well. Not to mention that the output is probably quite amazing right now on this. I think it's enough that I should build a couple more radars. So you can see we have these missile turrets over here, and they will fire at me as I get close. Let's try and get rid of this gun turret here. So I can maybe get close enough to remove the missile turret. Oh shit, nope, ow, 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 ow. That's why I want rocket launchers, because of that. Oh, I just took a lot of shots to the face. If it wasn't for the heavy armor I have on me, that would have hurt a lot. And we are really close to getting explosives, so that'll be really nice. Yeah, let me build another radar or two here, just so I'll be able to scan more of the area, see what we have. Radar, where's my damn radar? Radar dishes, where are you? Actually, let me build one of these guys, so I can expand the area here. Assembly, electric drill, steel furnace. Actually, I have no idea where that damn thing is. Ah, here we go, radar. This only builds one, so it covers a much larger area, though. Lovely. So that's our larger power line. Nice. Okay, let's put down this, pop down this radar here. And there we go. So that takes quite a lot of energy. It takes quite a lot of electricity to power these guys. 600 watts. That's almost as much as maybe one of these guys can pop out. So it takes quite a bit of power to feed these guys. Alright, in order to get explosives, I need to get down there and make sure that my green is outputting. I don't think I need any red, even though I have tons of it. But I need the green. That's what I need. The green lab potions. Okay, what's the issue here? We're out of sprockets again? Thought so. Yeah, because I'm probably going to pause this whole system soon and adjust it and readjust all this whole area down here, all this whole feed area, storage, everything is just going to start feeding into something else. As a matter of fact, yeah, let me cut that off. Come on, baby. There we go. So I've now cut off the iron processing area. I just have to cut off the rest here. We should be good. I'll let all that work for the next while, but not forever. There we go. Cut off production there. And I cut off all that power there. Okay, although I will reconnect right here. I just want the mines to be shut down. Everything else can keep going for the next while. But yeah, all the mines are now shut down. So I should no longer get a production once they've exhausted the line. I will disconnect all of my the whole area here basically. Okay, but right now let's just get back to what the matter at hand, as it were. We want to research explosives, so I can show you the research tree here. So we just split all these by right-clicking them and popping them into the various ones here. Yeah, we have enough red to supply us for a very long time. It's just the green we need to work on. And we haven't even gotten to the third and fourth and third aliens or third science pack and the alien science pack. Haven't even gotten near those guys yet. All right, let me reconnect up this guy here. Actually, let's reconnect this up so it'll take some of the fuel here and start fueling the furnaces before I disconnect everything. Okay, there we go. Disconnected. And that will take everything else and start filling into that anything that gets by the machines. So they're now at least partially filled up. And explosives is almost done researching, so the research window will automatically pop up and won't go away until I select something. Ah, why? Anyway, you can also put these lights, these lamps around once you've researched them.
Research complete.
So you can see at the very bottom here, I've researched a lot of stuff. I've researched like a quarter of everything already. So all of the stuff in yellow here can be researched right now. We have, of course, advanced chemistry, which would allow us to work on alien technology. Alien technology would then allow rocket damage, rocket shooting speed, and would unlock alien science packs, so on and so forth. I could unlock electric energy distribution 2, which would give us big electric poles, which have a 4x4 supply area, as well as a substation. Ooh, well, which has a long wire reach. Instead of using those really short, 4 wire reach, this thing has a 14 wire reach. So if you're going from one area to another, this would make things a lot easier. So yeah. And of course we have logistics, which would unlock faster transport belts, underground transport belts, splitters, all this kind of cool stuff. Landmines, insert item stack bonus 1. So this is actually a really nice one, though it's quite expensive. It requires 60 a piece of each of those. When an inserter is grabbing things to store it in an area or drag, you know how it grabs it and moves it behind it to another area? Instead of grabbing just one thing, it'll hold and it'll grab 2 things before it drags it back. That's pretty nice, actually. That would definitely double the efficiency of all the various ones I have. Of course, I have lasers, which would unlock the laser turrets, which I definitely do want, because I'm having issues with things right now that need blasting. Advanced circuits would unlock the effect transmission. I have no idea what that would do. Robotics and rocket defense, all of which requires about 100. So quite a bit. Now, rocket defense is the defense needed for landing our ships. So this is like the final countdown here. This is what you need to build in order to kind of win, basically, is the rocket defense. And it requires 1,000 of each resource in order to research this thing. So this is the final research that you would make, is the rocket defense. But yeah, this kind of shows you the list of technologies that one would have to acquire to eventually, get some really cool stuff. Of course, we have solar panels here as well for, different type of energy production, which is tempting. Assembly machine 2, which is what I was using before. I'm not sure if that would allow me to build multiple things, though, like, build something that requires other things. That way I could build, say, gear assembly, or build what's it called? One of these belts that requires different things, 2 different equipment that has to be crafted somewhere else. So that might allow me to cut this whole thing in half, but I'm not 100% sure. Flammables would unlock flamethrower and rocketry. Rocketry would unlock the rocket launcher for me, which is something actually I do want, because I want to kill those damn rocket things over there. Damn things. Okay. Laser turrets. Oh, so I have to actually unlock laser turrets afterwards, which still requires a lot of resources. Okay, so I'm gonna go for automation right now, 40 of that, because I have a ton of that shit. I have a ton of red potions. But yeah, anyway, that kind of gives you guys an idea of what this game has to offer, and all the fun stuff that comes with it. I'm probably gonna end this now as it is. This has been a pretty good show of what lovely gameplay this game has and why you should get it, because it's awesome. And yeah, for now, for me, it's up to me to shut the rest of this down. Start disassembling all of it, and those things are flipping out, even though there's nothing to give. Wait a minute. Oh, that's why this isn't working. It was backwards. It was giving away copper plates rather than taking them. Haha, see? That's what can really screw you over. If you have this thing faced wrong, you'll find out. Like, all the iron that or all the copper I've been trying to use for this thing has been getting sucked away for other, oh my god, that's what's happening. That's why this thing was screwing us over. Okay. Anyway, let me get a bunch of iron plates here for a second before I completely cut this off. Now, obviously you've seen that I have a bunch of sentry turrets all over the place right now, and they take up a lot of ammo, as you've probably seen. This is currently my ammo production machine, just because I'm talking like this machine this way. No, I'm gonna put this wooden chest over here, and I'm gonna fill it full of iron plating. So it's going to produce. Iron plating is going to go in here. It's going to start producing ammunition, which then gets stored in here, and then I can then take it and start popping it into these guys when they start running low on ammo. But yeah, I do need to get some better defenses set up, as right now these isn't too bad, but I need better defenses. Just plain and simple. You know what? Let me go around that for a second. Just because I want to power the rest of our stuff, but I don't want to power the. I want to connect this up to our power supply, basically, but just for an extra jolt if we need it, because this is starting to run out. Now you can see here, this one electric one needs more of a backup than this, because it's not supplying enough to keep this thing fed. So in order to do that, let me actually. This is something I've been meaning to fix for a long time now, but I haven't gotten around to it. In order to make sure there's a large enough surplus that this stuff is not, you know, dying for all this stuff so constantly.
Research complete.
Oh, research is completed in that. Lovely. So I now have the advanced automation for that. Energy accumulators I could use, which is basically just an energy storage unit for all this stuff. What do I want next? What do I want next? Let's go lasers, because I do want to research laser turrets. So now I will. Now this thing will store more coal along this line, and should feed the whole thing. Okay, actually, you know what? Can I fit another one in there? Yeah, actually I can. In that case, I will do so. Let me create another one here for a second. I did not actually believe I would be able to fit one over there, so I did not. Well, I just didn't try. It's a shame. I am shamed for not trying, at least trying to see if I could actually fit one there. For shame to me! Okay, but for now, I'm just gonna power this myself. As you can see, though, before when we were down like 2 of those burners, we were, you know, really low on energy. But because I had that second power plant I created, that really nice self-sustained power plant, everything is just golden. And you could even make those kind of power plants and just cut them off with like a large wall and have them be just completely sustained, and have them be your major power supply for operations across half the planet or something. Who knows? Like it's just such a fun game. Like there's so many hours of gameplay in here, and it's actually let me actually click on this thing here. Let's see. I believe it's like, what was it? $11 gets you the basic alpha. Another 10 more than that would get you the furnace attendant, which gets you the additional scenario packs and some other bonus stuff. Oh hell, we're actually being attacked from up here. That's rare, and we only have 1 turret, so I better help them out. Looks like we have more aliens trying to come mess me up over here. So obviously I'm going to have to build some more defenses around here and get all that set up and, you know, ready to go. But anyway, I digress. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed this lovely bit of alpha gameplay footage for Factorio. Definitely check them out. The actual website will be in the description if you wish to get there yourselves. But yeah, check it out. Pick it up yourselves. It is a really good game. I am thoroughly enjoying it, and I look forward to additional content eventually being added into this. And yeah, I'm gonna end this, even though I'm gonna keep going and try and get this place defended properly. But yeah, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Have yourselves a good one, and I will see you all next time with some more alpha gameplay footage of... Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. There are many alphas and betas yet to come, and I have not very much shortage of time to... Well, yeah, no shortage of stuff to do for you guys that you probably might not have heard of. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.